What's up, everyone? Yeah, my girlfriend is actually not here today, but I've bought a nice little, well, very simple tripod to set up on the desktop so I can do this myself. Hopefully the audio is okay. I don't have a microphone around. And these two are really interesting. This is a brand I've never heard of before coming back to China. And this is called JKM, which is short for Jackie Kim, right? Is it even marked anywhere around here? No, but it is short for Jackie Kim. You're just well, there's Jackie right here. Is any marking on this one? No, whatsoever. So this is a Chinese brand, as you can probably see. The Hilux is this is in Chinese is pronounced Hilux, which obviously is transliterated Hilux. And yeah, this is a brand that's very unfamiliar to me. They're making some really nice stuff. I'm pretty sure none of this is licensed, but don't quote me on that. I can't be sure. It doesn't seem super legit. There's no licensing information anywhere, but I don't know enough about the brand to be 100% certain that it's unlicensed, but that's just my guess. But you know, like I 100% prefer stuff that is licensed, but I'm also not going to lose any sleep over Toyota or VW not getting paid a couple of dollars, like they'll be fine. But yeah, this is a Bugatti Divo that's came out very recently. So I think that's the one I'm mostly gonna focus on. This Hilux, I'm sure, came out a long time ago. Oops, dusty. And they've also made Jiefang, which is a domestic Chinese company that's made military trucks, transport trucks, that kind of stuff. They're gonna have a Bugatti Chiron coming out. They have a Mazda 6 sedan, and also looking forward to their new Mitsubishi stuff, the Lancers, old Lancers, and I'm very excited about that as well. So I'm just gonna dive into this, the Hilux first. First of all, this is a nice image, very simple, cartoony, very 2D. Someone else figured this out. This is actually a communist statue here in China. This worker holding a hammer, it's knocking down something. I think it's like the barrel of a cannon or something like that. It's kind of like a proletarian anti-war symbol, that kind of stuff. I'm pretty sure. I think the statue is called like the proletariat or the workers something statue. I think it's a nice touch. Right? This is a work truck. It's very, well, it is very proletarian. So this is nice packaging. Oh, the slogan here is pretty funny. Here it basically says the reason that we are making models and toys is seriously just to how would I put it? The only reason we're making model cars is that we want to treat the boasts we made when we were younger seriously. Basically means that they boasted about making model cars one day, and now they're growing older, they did it, and that's the only reason, which is kind of fun, but it doesn't really matter, right? We are here to see what's in the box. But first of all, the box is really nice. It's really, might be upside down. Yeah, this is the right way up. As you can see, the Hilux. And it also comes with 3 plastic barrels. So let's get those out of the way first. There's really nothing to write home about for these barrels, but they're really nice. It's nicely painted, nicely molded. I wonder if the lighting is acceptable. I think it's okay. It's still daytime. And hopefully the audio is fine. You can see the mold line here, but you will probably see something like this on a real barrel anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So empty. It's hollow on one side, but that's fine. And it comes with 3 of them. Pretty nice. To the pickup truck itself, I'm actually going to start with the base. I want to point a couple of things out. First of all, the base it's metal, so this whole thing is very heavy, and it says 1/64 scale Hilux 1999. So I think this is a 1999 version of it. That'll mean 4th or 5th generation. I forgot. I actually looked it up before. And JKM JV 64 008, so presume it's 1/64 scale, and this is the 8th one of those. So yeah, not only 1/64 stuff, they also make a lot of 1/32 stuff. And this base is very nicely detailed, I have to say. It's screwed front and end, so I would assume this is going to be easy for you to take apart and to customize however you want. It is rubber tire back here, and it also comes with a tow hook. But man, just look at this. The base is really nicely sculpted. It's very detailed, layers upon layers, so that's very nice. Onto the truck itself, you can see there is a bit of a stain, I guess, here. I'm gonna try get some water here, see if it comes off, but I don't think so. Yeah, no. And on top here as well, it might come off with the magic sponge, but like it's fine, right? By the way, this cost me 45 CNYs, so 45 local Chinese currency, which is roughly because $1 US is about 6.5 Chinese CNY. So this is around $7. And of course, everything in China already has tax included. So this is roughly the price of a green light. So I think a little bit of imperfection is understandable. So I'm not gonna expect TLV quality for green light money, right? I'm gonna keep the box a little bit further away because I feel like it might be messing up the focus. Yeah, I think this looks pretty nice right now. I think it actually looks nicer on camera than it does real life because it's very small, delicate pieces. The Toyota logo is really nice. You can see some of the black and white paint is not perfect. It's okay, but it looks a little rough. But again, green light price. I think this is more than understandable. You can see the side mirror is very nice, and you also get these windshield wipers. Nice, really nicely done. Again, similarly, like the black paint on white body, it doesn't fit perfectly, so that's not great. 2400. So there's two different versions of the decal. One of them is in this decal and says 2400. The other one has a slightly different red decal and it says 4x4. But I think the highlight, at least as far as I'm concerned, is the back. Hilux. Might just be 3 dots, might be 3 letters or words, I don't know. It says 10LX, I think, and it says Toyota, and the back lights are also lens, just like the front lights. So I think, yeah, overall it's really nice. I think this is just, the inside is just dirty, it's not stained. But yeah. And this thing is heavy, metal body, metal base. The wheels, the rims are really nice. You can see it's nicely molded. And what's cool is it actually has suspension. Not a ton. It's not as great as like Tomica suspension, but it is there. You can definitely feel that. Yeah, you can really feel that, right? It's actually bouncing everything. That's not just because of the tires. This whole thing actually has suspension, so that's pretty nice. That's another. Yeah, see, this thing is not perfect, which is why I wasn't like super pumped about future about subsequent JKM releases. But as I'm gonna show you in a little bit, it does get better. But again, though, it's 45 CNY. That's green light money. That's like premium Hot Wheels money. So I'm not too concerned that it's not 100% perfect. But actually, my biggest complaint about this one is the size of the box. What do I mean? Well, hold on. The truck, like it's a pickup truck. But it's not like a huge American pickup truck. It's not like a Ford 150 or F-150 or anything. It's not a Silverado. A Silverado probably. I do have something to compare it to, but it's not handy. But like it will be something around this big, like a green light or an Auto World one. It's not that big, the Hilux. It's a small Japanese truck. Even though it has like crew cabin, right? But the box is humongous. You really don't need this much space. Like the box itself is really nicely made, but like, and it's really nicely protective, but you don't really need this big of a box. So that's my biggest complaint. And I'm very happy that they have changed it in more recent releases, which comes to our second car. You probably already see it before, right? But this is how big the new box is. So still a little bit big. It's still quite a bit bigger than a Mini GT or a Atomic Limited vintage box, but it's definitely a step in the right direction, and it still feels very premium. This one has like very hard cardboard feel. This one as well, and you can see it's nice and presentable. You take off this piece here, the plastic blister. Here's the car. Again, it's still pretty big considering how small the car is, but it's the right step. It's a step in the right direction. And before we before I remove the boxes from the shot, just a little bit of a closer look at this. And this also has a very similar cartoonish style, but this one is very 3D like, and I think I do like it. You see the lines very clearly, Bugatti Divo, and yeah, you can see those line art here. It looks really nice. Back you have like some of the information. There is, again, no licensing information, so I'm gonna presume this is not licensed. It's produced here. It says May of 2021. You actually get a 4,000 number, and that means it's this is for customer services and all that. So like, it feels like a legitimate company, but like the product they made doesn't seem like legitimate licensed products. But again, I'm sure VW will survive this. They can also always just cheat their emissions numbers a little bit more, right? So yeah, this one, I actually didn't think this has a suspension. I mean, I guess it does, but like the Hilux is very slight, but they advertise it as having suspension, and I guess it does. So this is not the first true 164 Divo. It's not the first Divo in roughly this scale. Obviously, the first one that came out is a Matchbox, which is being sold for about 80 CNY right now. That's like more than $10 US. This one, again, 45. That's the price of a Greenlight. The other choice you get is Time Auto. Time Auto is a brand I've looked at earlier, but by earlier I mean like last year, like more than 6 months ago, I'm pretty sure. But Time Auto is, generally speaking, not a legitimate company. I didn't know that when I reviewed the Mansory Cullinan. I had no idea, because again, it looks so nice. It looks so legitimate, but it's not. It's not licensed. Almost nothing that Time Auto has produced in the past is properly licensed, except they have now partnered up with Bugatti, which, despite it's not like a super high-end brand, is a legitimate company. And Bugatti has indeed partnered up with Time Auto to create the Bugatti Divo. How much is that? Around 120 CNY. So that's like slightly less than $20 US. This one, price of Greenlight. And from the photos I've seen, as well as some of the videos that people have made, including, I think, Diecast Dude, who is a European, I think Dutch or Belgian YouTuber. It looks okay, but it's not perfect. Like for that kind of price, you want like Tarmac or Kyosho or, Atomic Limited vintage quality. It doesn't seem like it. It's pretty cool. But this one, you get pretty much, I think, there are pros and cons that I'll get to, even though I don't have the Bugatti Time Auto one to compare it to. I think there are pros and cons, but like overall, I don't think this is worse. So, first of all, everything is so much sharper here than the Hilux. Like, just compare the grills, the front of the car. I'm gonna try to focus it a little bit, and I'm gonna bring the Hilux. Just look at it. The front are not comparable. The Hilux is fine for the price, like I'm not gonna complain if I get something like this in Greenlight, and I was like, okay, well, it's Greenlight. What do I expect? I love Greenlight. They're not perfect. This one though is perfect, and you can see that tiny Bugatti logo there in the horseshoe grille. It's barely noticeable with your own eyes, but when it's zoomed in on camera, it looks great. You can actually make out some of the letters. B-U-G-A-T-T-I, Bugatti. That's pretty great. Here you can see the running lights of the car. This is actually not the headlight. the headlights are actually I think it might actually be presented here. You can see the tiny strip right on top of the running lights. This part, yeah, that's the headlight. It's tiny. This is the running light. The one complaint I have, literally the only complaint I have, is this is supposed to connect to here. This is still part of the running light. This part is actually painted in a different color from the body of the car. You can see it doesn't have the metallic particles inside. This is supposed to be part of the headlight, so it should probably be plastic. The Barago Time Model one has the plastic. This does not. On the other hand, if you look at the video that Diecast made, it's very obvious that the headlight is not cut very well. You can see some of the you can see where it's been removed from the sprue. It's not perfect. This though, it's not great, right? It doesn't look perfect, but the production of it is. It's more of an oversight problem. Oh, by the way, there's also going to be a Time Model Barago collaboration in the Lamborghini Terzo Millennium, Jesus, the 3000 thing, however you say it in Italian. I'll ask my girlfriend later. And that I'm actually kind of curious. I don't do a lot of concept cars, but I like it. It's so weird. And the only one that's on market right now is like Resume. It's super expensive. So I'm actually looking forward to that, especially if it is a legitimate product. Again, I think Lamborghini will be fine. I think VW will be fine, but I would appreciate just a little bit more if it is licensed. But back to this car. It's great. And you see some of the aero devices, large splitter at the front, the more aero devices here. The vents are supposed to be a vent here, but obviously 164, it's not going to happen. Some more aero devices here. Body kit. You do see kind of a paint imperfection here, but it's actually not like a rash or bubble or anything. It's just part of the paint. You can't actually feel that, so I think it's slightly better. The interiors is done pretty well. I don't think you can see much, but you can see the steering wheel is actually hollowed out. You can see the side mirrors. It's all metal, part of the whole thing, so it feels very nice and secure, right? I'm not afraid to like play around with it, which is pretty nice. What else? The rims are nice. It's a little bit tiny, so it's not perfect, but it's pretty good. As you can see, logo. Oh, it's the EB logo, right? Ettore Bugatti, the person that made the company. My girlfriend always says I pronounce Italian a bit weird. Ettore Bugatti, whatever. You can kind of see the engine back here, the strip that divides the car, the accent, the stripe comes here all the way to the back, and I feel like just being able to create that is a very nice accomplishment. And the back, please focus, the back spoilers. You can see some of the there is a bit of an excess glue here, but I think it's fine. It's not noticeable in 99% of the directions. My other, not really complaint, right? This is more of a oversight problem than a production problem, and I'm much more lenient towards design issues, strangely enough. But the light's really supposed to stop here. Like it's not this one whole light bar. It's two separate back lights. But again, it's not a huge deal, right? And if you put it down, it still looks really nice. It's just not 100% accurate. Oh, and another fun fact, you can see it's a blue blanc rouge of the French tricolor. On the other side, though, it's rouge blanc blue. I originally thought maybe they made a mistake, but I looked up pictures of the actual thing. It is actually supposed to be this way. So it's blue blanc rouge, and even though it might look a bit weird from this side, that's the way it is designed. And I've never noticed the EB logo on the wheel, on the rim, so that's really awesome. Yeah, so I'm not sure if JKM is a legitimate company or not. I'm leaning towards that the two cars I just showed you are unlicensed, even though I can't be 100% sure. But I don't mind. I think the respective auto manufacturers are gonna be okay, and I'm glad that consumers do have alternatives, right? So that is it, and I'm very much looking forward to the new models that JKM is going to make in 164. I am definitely going to order a Bugatti Chiron, the Hot Wheels premium one that is coming out in the supercar series, the exotic envy series, is going up in value already, and the set is not even out yet. Like, but on online pre-orders, the Bugatti is going for 100 CNY. That's like 100. That's like 13-15 US dollars. That's insane. And if I can get a Chiron 164 with proper scan proportions, doesn't have like those awful huge rear wheels that the Hot Wheels model has, you know, inserted light details, actually has side mirrors, I'm gonna go with JKM. That's so wouldn't have to worry about that Hot Wheels anytime soon. But yeah, and the Jiefang, the military truck, I'm definitely gonna look for as well. They look pretty nice. And like I said, the Mitsubishis, the Lancers, I think I'm gonna like them as well. So that's it for this video. I hope everything comes out fine, especially the audio. And I think this one is actually gonna break the queue because especially this Bugatti Divo is very new, and I do want to get videos out early if possible for new stuff. It's like a 10-year-old Kyosho, that's fine, right? That's probably other videos out there, but it's something new. I think I like to be early, and I want to grow the channel. And I'm gonna ask my girlfriend to help me design a logo for the channel. It's gonna happen someday soon, hopefully. But that's it for this video. I hope you liked it. I hope everything turned out right. Yeah, and I'll talk to you again later. Bye.